here in Bahada, opposite Victoria Plaza. Today we're talking about immigration, police. So you got this office here, which is your renewal of your visa or your extension. You got police clearance office, and then you've got your application for your paperwork and your immigration. Yeah. So you got 3 offices here that you will become familiar with if you're coming to the Philippines. So here in Bahada, opposite Victoria Plaza. Today we're talking about visa, yeah, because I'm seeing some stuff online that it isn't right. So you have BI, immigration, police. So you got this office here, which is your renewal of your visa or your extension. You got police clearance office, and then you've got your application for your paperwork and your immigration. Yeah. So you've got 3 offices here that you will become familiar with if you're coming to the Philippines. Join me. I'm going to the beach. On the beach today, talking about visa. Yeah, because there's some information that I've seen on some websites that isn't actually giving you the right information. And when I've written messages to them to turn around and say, look, this is not right, this is not right, they've come back and turned around and said, well, this is what they're being told. Well, if you sit in an armchair and you're not actually on the ground in the Philippines, you don't actually get the information, do you? You're relying on a third party to turn around and tell you what's going on. Well, this is the Philippines, so join me while I talk about visa today. SRRV. Let's put some facts on the table. Yeah. So yes, I'm just going to talk about SRRV today. I'm not worried about tourists, and the reason I'm not worried about tourists is because I'm not a tourist. So I'm just going to give you some facts on SRRV. I prefer the SRRV, and I've been doing it for 4 years. Yeah. And today I picked up my SRRV. Now some blogs turn around and tell you that you don't pay for it. You pay at the beginning and then it's free for lifetime. That's incorrect. So there's my receipt, 17,000 peso, and there's my visa until 2023. Yeah. Yeah. So that's my visa today for another 12 months. And what I'm doing here is going to kick out some cards. So first year, second year, third year, my driving license, which the SRV helped you to get. And I bought this my first year, and you don't need it now. Now, the reason I'm just doing this is because I was in the visa office today, and a gentleman with his family arrived on the 13th February, and he's applying SRRV Classic, and he was in there with a fixer, which isn't a clever move, because you're then paying more money. Yeah, you can go down to the DAVAO office, that's where I'm based, or Cebu, or Manila, and the English is excellent, and the process is straightforward. So let's talk about, there are 4 different types. They all have the same requirements. Yeah, let's get that right. They all get the same requirements, apart from the money that you actually deposit in a time deposit account. So if you're ex-veteran, it's only $1,500. If you turn around and you're on a classic, it's 10,000 with a pension. If it's a what's called a classic plus, which means you don't have a pension, they're looking for $20,000 put into a bank account. Okay, so $1,000 a month on a pension if you've got a guaranteed pension. Now your company, the company that turn around and give you your pension, will give you a letter where the country you're from to show that you actually have a income coming in every month. That's point one. Point two, you come here on a tourist visa and you've got 30 days. Okay, now when you apply for your SRRV, it's going to take you 2 months. So this guy's arrived on the 13th of February. This is today, guys. This is today. It's not some armchair vlogger sitting in America that's going down to the mail. This is in the Philippines today. So he went in, he put his paperwork, and then he got told it's going to turn around and take 2 months. It's going to take another 60 days to apply for his SRRV Classic. He's got the deposit. Okay, that's no problems, and that's going to be deposited in the PNP timeshare now, time deposit account. That's what's been recommended by SRV, PNP. Okay, not BDO and not Union Bank, which is when I came they were actually nominated to do that. Okay, so now you put your deposit, they give you a deposit slip, you go down to the bank, you put the money in, you bring back the receipt, you keep one receipt, and then the other receipt goes to SRRV. Okay, that's your deposit. Now the other one is when you go to the BI to apply for your extension on your visa, because you're only here for 30 days and it's going to take another 60 days on top of your visa, so virtually 90 days. The BI want you to turn around and have a police clearance check. Now that police clearance check will last for 30 days when you come in on your visa. When you extend, you've got to pay for that again, so that's an additional cost. So the additional cost for 2 months is 4,900 peso on top of your process fees. Now on top of that, because you're doing 2 months, you've got to buy the ACRI card. That's obligatory, so that's 50 bucks. So that's another 50 bucks that you have to pay to extend your visa. You can't apply for the visa and not extend. You have to extend, so you're legal. So you go in, they want you to extend, you go back down to the BI office, you then turn around and extend, you then turn around and get your police clearance. Your police clearance will run, and I've said this before, I came to the Philippines with a police clearance, it was only for 30 days, 3 months. When it run out, the Philippine SRRV wanted a update, which is another way of making money. Yeah, so I went back down to get a police clearance, and then each month each year I then turn around and get an additional police clearance letter with a cost. Yeah, and that cost is 2,000 peso. You get charged to extend your police clearance. It runs for 3 years. Then after 3 years, they see that you are a law-abiding, upstanding citizen. You're not getting into trouble. You're not a crook. You're not a rogue. You're not one of those degenerates. You're not one of those guys that are just running around abusing the Philippine country. Yeah. Now, I spoke to the SRRV today when I picked up my new visa. Yeah, and I asked them the questions. And what I'm telling you is what came from the satellite office of the SRRV at the Regal Hotel down on Magsaysay. Team in there are really nice, really helpful, very pleasant, English impeccable, and I'm in and out in less than 2 minutes. Yeah, but as I said, I did notice that you can apply for your SRRV when you arrive now. It's not locked down, it's open again. I don't know what the investigation found for all of those Chinese from a few years ago that turned around and were in illegally, 27,000 of them. I don't know what's happened with that, but what I'm turning around and giving you is you do need police clearance. You do need to extend your visa for an extra 2 months when you apply for your SRRV. Thank you very much. I'm having my lunch. Yeah, I don't need a visa for this. Yeah, oh, very, very hot. Okay, so your deposit, 10,000 peso, okay, goes into PNB. Then you turn around and you pay an administration fee to process, okay, your visa, okay, which is at the moment 17,000, because that gets you your plastic card. There you go. But it also gets you, where is it? Hello, hello. It gets you one of these in your passport. Okay, now this supports a visa in your travel documents. So when you leave the country, you have your visa in your passport from the government. So this is put in Manila. Now my passport is due for renewal in 2023, which means in September this year I'll apply for a UK passport, but it won't have the visa in it. So I will have to pay to have that visa put back into my new passport. Now my new passport will go for 10 years. So the bits that I have written to other bloggers about are when you turn around and update your passport with a new visa, it costs you. It's not lifetime. It's not cut out and transferred across. You have to buy a new one. When you turn around and you get your visa ID card, this costs you every year 17,000 peso, or depending on what the exchange rate is. Okay. The benefit of this is you don't have to buy an SRRV, an ACRI card. Yeah, because it's already included. You do, when you come here, follow the process, and what they don't turn around and tell you is you have to extend your tourist visa for another 2 months. Now if something happens when you're doing your tourist visa, so there's an extra 4,900 plus your $50 for your ACRI card, which runs for 1 year, plus your admin fees are $30. Yeah, that is additional on top of what SRV put into their package. And now if you're sitting somewhere outside the Philippines, you don't know that. Yeah, and when you turn around and you just ignore people, then you get a vlog like this. Yeah, you're not including all the information, guys, in your vlogs. So deposit, timeshare, it's yours. The interest on that timeshare gets paid into your Philippine peso account, and you need to turn around and get a peso account because it transfers the interest. Otherwise the bank has all the interest and you don't want to give the money, more money to the bank, do you? So that's your visa. Then you've got your additional add-on of your extension to your tourist visa. So you need to add that in, and I've given you the prices of that. Then you need to turn around and factor in each year you need to pay for the card. Then you need to factor in when your passport runs out, you need to turn around and get a new visa within your passport for SRRV. It's not free, it's payable, and you have to buy it. Yeah, that's the comment. That's the feedback I've just had today from the satellite office in DAVAO. It's not free. Okay, and then there are benefits. There are benefits, and there are lots of benefits. But as it's pandemic, those benefits don't exist. So they're not benefits, are they? When you travel out of the Philippines, if you are on a tourist visa, you have to get an EEC or ECC, exit something certificate, whatever it is, which cancels your visa that's in here. For the SRRV, you apply for online for a letter which gives you a travel permit to exit and enter as many times as you like. Or, at the moment it does, and then you fill it out. But today it's about, some people are not giving the right information. Yeah, there are 4 SRVs. There's what I call the veteran, which is the army one, $1,500 deposit, and the same fees, same bank requirements are exactly the same. It's just the deposit that changes. If you're on a classic and you're on a pension, it's $10,000 plus your pension. If you're on a classic and you don't have a pension, it's $20,000, okay, into a timeshare. And there's one other one which is for medical and sick people, and the deposit is lower, but I don't know what the deposit on that. And that means if you're terminally ill, or you're coming here to recuperate, or you're going to pass away here, God bless your soul, then that's that other visa. So for me, it's the classic, and it's just giving you the right information. Now, at the beginning of this vlog, I was down at the BI, and that, get familiar with it, guys, if you're going to come here and get a visa, because that office is where you're going to be. You can get photocopies and pictures taken in Victoria Plaza. There's a Kodak place there on the right hand side. You just go in, you turn left, you bear right, they'll take your pictures, they'll do your photocopying, they'll do your laminating, they'll do it all. I don't get paid for this, guys. Yeah, it's just giving you the information, so when you get here it's easier to find what you're doing. Yeah. You'll always need, when you go for BI, you want to go for police clearance, you will need pictures, you will need copies of the paperwork, so that'll be one for you, one for them, and one for somebody else. Make sure you take a minimum of 3 copies. Photocopy everything, yeah, until there's no forest left. Not being cynical, guys, photocopying in this country is mad. They love everything in triplicate, and go from there. If they turn around and tell you need to go and do it online, that becomes a little bit more difficult, because you can't apply for it online. You have to go to the office, because I've never seen an online app take a deposit and move it to a timeshare in another bank, unless it's been hacked. So visa today, I'm good for another year. Yeah, it took me 2.5 weeks and I got my visa. I don't have to queue in the hot sunshine down on JP L'Oreal. I don't need to turn around and run around like some nut. Everything is straightforward and simple once you've made your application. But it's, when you're making your application, follow the process, add in extension to your visa, add in the ACR cost, add in the paperwork cost, add in opening a bank account and the deposit that's in a bank account. I think it's 500 peso or $500 is PMB, minimum deposit in a peso account. Okay, hopefully you enjoy it, guys. For the vloggers that I've written to turn around and say that some of the information is misleading on these vlogs, on these websites, please don't just click and paste from some other website. Ask the question. And if you're on a website and they turn around and say, and they go, yeah, well, I'm talking to somebody that's in immigration. Very rare that you will get a telephone number from outside the Philippines to talk to somebody on Bureau of Immigration. Don't work like that. You need copies of everything. You need a number. You need to follow the process and go to this kiosk, payment kiosk, pick up your paperwork and leave. 4 kiosks. It's not 4 telephone numbers. Yeah. So I spoke, as I said, I've been into SRV. I picked up my card. Yeah. I'm good for another year. And I'm on the beach. Take care. Any questions? Put me in the link below, please. If you look at the top side, I'm going to put some additional vlogs you can look at. Click on those after you've watched this vlog and have a look at the other vlogs I've done about banking, housing, buying a car, Harley Davidson motorbike, Honda motorbike, getting your driving license, yeah, getting a tourist visa, eating, travelling, ferries, prices of buses to travel around Mindanao. Yeah, it's all in there, guys. Just one click away. Take care. Like, share, subscribe. Spank my butt to subscribe.